Alright, so I don't think it's any surprise to anybody that this deck is now a video that I'm going to do as well, because this seems to be, at least for now anyways, one of the premier aggro decks. And you know we love aggro decks on this channel. We always do aggro decks, right? Why not? Alright, so now we have Nightfall Aggro, and this is actually a pretty fun deck. It's also super aggressive, and exactly what I thought when we were doing some of the card previews with Doom Beast. Doom Beast is just so insane as far as like a burn card or a go face type card. So credit to, I believe Nick Makes Plays is one of the first people that came up with this deck, and Capata actually had some sort of variation on it as well that they put up on his Twitter. So if you guys want to check that out, obviously go ahead and follow Nick and Capata on Twitter. Links will be below in the description. But as always, my name is Justin, also known as Shit Just Works. Today we're going over Nightfall Aggro. Don't forget to subscribe if you like the Legends of Runeterra content, and also, you know, you hit the like button when you like something. So you hit the like with the yeah. Okay, let's get into the deck. Alright, so what we have here is Nightfall Aggro. Again, not much different. Actually, might not be different at all from Nick Makes Plays and Capata's version. I think Capata's was maybe one card different. But it's pretty standard build nowadays. Sure, you could throw in like a third Nocturne, I guess. Maybe even 3 Cygnus. I don't know. But generally speaking, it's pretty much just 3 of everything. And to start, alright. What's the goal of the deck? Well, obviously play a lot of Nightfall stuff, but it's all aggressive Nightfall stuff. So with Diana and Nocturne being the 2 Nightfall champions, they both have inherently aggressive abilities, right? So Diana is able to not only challenge but quick attack units pretty easily, and her leveled form allows for pretty high attack as well, getting the +2 every time you play a Nightfall. With as many Nightfall as you have, plus something like, I don't know, Pale Cascade, she can usually pick off those larger units that might be able to block your Fearsome and other units pretty easily, right? So, same thing with Nocturne. Similar use in that when you do proc his Nightfall ability, you give a unit vulnerable. Usually you're going to want to give one of the larger units that has the ability to block one of your Fearsome units vulnerable. Not to mention, a -1, -0 to everything is pretty freaking good. Frenzied Skitterer, last time I checked, it was a pretty good card. Not in this deck, unfortunately. I did have another Spider Aggro with Nocturne deck that I tried building. That's actually also a very good aggro deck as well. Link will be in the description and a card up there, that side. So if you want to check out that video, another awesome, fun aggro deck. So, what do? To start, we do have a Daybreak card in Solari Soldier. The reason this is in here is just because it's a damn good 1-drop. You know, any aggressive decks in the past usually are going to play a lot of 1-drops. Lunari Duskbrenner is also another good 1-drop in that the Dusk Petal, I can't say that word. Wow, too many Dusks. Dusk Petal Dust. Whew, that's tongue twister. Say that 10 times fast. This allows you to actually play a Nightfall unit, basically for the same cost, but it just procs the Nightfall effect. So awesome 1-drop, also has 2 attacks, so it does matter. It's meaningful early in the game to deal an additional 2 damage. If, let's say, you play this on turn 1, you have attack token on turn 2, and going into turn 2, you have something like Diana or just another Stygian Onlooker or something to just push a lot of damage on turn 2. So yeah, so awesome start. Usually you're not going to be dropping Stygian Onlooker on turn 1, but oh yeah, you're going to be dropping it on turn 2 all the time. Another, you know, even the Dusk Petal Dusk with the Stygian Onlooker is pretty good. Dusk Petal Dusk with Diana and then Stygian Onlooker is really good, right? So there's been a lot of times where, you know, turn 2 or turn 3, depending on when you have the attack token, you're able to do like 6 to like 9 damage if your opponent doesn't have blockers. And playing against Ramp or Karma Ezreal, those decks typically aren't going to be playing much during the first couple of turns of the game. Excuse me. Wow. So very aggressive start there. Obviously, we have you know, some of the other Nightfall cards in here. Lunari Shadestalker, Elusive, also Cygnus Elusive. So Elusive is a integral part of this deck strategy. Cygnus is like a finisher, Very good finisher, might I add you, because you can give something like Nocturne, elusive, and all of a sudden you have 5 plus 4, that's 9 attack, elusive damage coming through. So awesome finisher here in Cygnus, not to mention it's obviously another Nightfall effect as well. And like I said, Doom Beast is in here to just basically push through that last damage. Stalking Shadows plus Doom Beast, so good, so good. I mean, Stalking Shadows in this deck in general is amazing, right? If you Stalking Shadows a Stygian Onlooker as an example, that's just another 4/1 fearsome unit for 1 mana that they have to do. Like, they can't just let the ephemeral unit attack and like, okay, great, now they just lose card advantage. It's not how that works. They need to care about the 4 damage there. So it's just such a good card, Stalking Shadows. Really what has been able to enable aggro decks as of late. It was also in that spider aggro Nocturne deck that I made as well. So, and then Crescent Guardian just provides a little bit of extra beef, a little bit of extra damage there. Having 3 health actually makes Crescent Guardian pretty hard to remove as well, as far as an overwhelm unit is concerned. So, but yeah, so let's get into the gameplay. You can see how aggressive and how quick this deck can actually win games. All right, first up, actually, we're only doing one game again. Seemed to go well last time. We're gonna go through one game. We have Lux Diana here. Not an incredibly popular deck right now, but still, nonetheless, a pretty good deck. Lux is, generally speaking, a pretty good mid-range card in every metagame. Just really finds a place, unfortunately. So you can see here in the beginning, one card I actually forgot to mention in the deck overview is Fading Memories. And this card, similar to Stalking Shadows, is incredible to get things like another Doom Beast or even another Stygian Onlooker early on. I mean, I feel like people a lot of times underestimate how strong like 2 Stygian Onlooker in 1 turn is. It's definitely very all-in feeling, right? Like, if your opponent could blow you out if they have something like a Static Shock, or in this case, you know, they play the Shield Bearer, and unfortunately, it just takes the entire 4 damage. Not much we can do about it. We do have to still attack, though, because it's super important in this deck to just get as much damage through as possible. So honestly, not off to a great start because of the Shield Bearer. I mean, this is what Shield Bearer does. It's very good. Being at that 6 health and being a fearsome blocker, it counters exactly what we're trying to do. So you can actually see here, and actually seeing that Fading Memories on the the Solari Soldier. I actually make a misplay here in a second. I actually make a couple of misplays, I think, in this game. So I see if you guys can spot them when they pop up here. But we are going wide. Being in Targon and Demacia, we understand that our opponent isn't really going to have great removal. If they have Judgment, they have Judgment. Like, nobody really plays Judgment, so I'm not really playing around Judgment at this point. But you can see the Diana and how integral she is in removing blockers like this. She's going to trade with the Shield Bearer and basically keep the tempo up on the field and enable us to continue to stay wide and go wide and just have more units than our opponent. And that's kind of what allows us to win this game, too. I mean, you can see we have 3 of these 2-1s on the field right now, right? Which is pretty nuts, but they're pretty much not going to get removed. And although they're only 2-1s, because we have so many more units than our opponent, it actually isn't that bad, to be honest with you. So, okay, no, I don't do it this turn. All right, I thought I played the Solari Soldier this turn. So the Solari Soldier is actually ephemeral. So we are going to go ahead and play it for the 3/3 on this turn. We do get it stunned here. So unfortunately, it does feel bad to get ephemeral units stunned, but it is what it is. I would much rather have the Solari Soldier stunned than this good old Nocturne about to hit the field. And also replace the Solari Soldier. I mean, the Solari Soldier is going to die anyways, right? And we can just replace it. Now, basically, it negates the stun. And although we use the 3/3, that's not what we're concerned about here in this matchup. Our concern is faces the place. That's the concern. That's what we got to focus on. So totally cool with that. So this kind of hurts our attack. Like, we would have definitely had game there, I think, if they didn't play that Daybreak. Actually, I don't even know the name of that card. It's +2/+2 to everything. It's a newer card, but again, though, giving vulnerable, like I mentioned in the deck description, to the larger unit here just to pull it off so it can't block, can't get value. Playing the Pale Cascade also triggers Diana's effect. So Pale Cascade essentially is a +4/+1 to Diana, which is absolutely nuts, incredible. You can see here we're able to challenge the Diana with the +2/+2 buff and still keep the Diana, right? Challenging this Leona here. So unfortunately, gonna be able to block game with the Shield Breaker. It is what it is. Shield Bearer, Shield Breaker. I forget which one it is. Guys, still learning the new cards. All right, we need to be casting more stuff. We haven't casted this week. Basically, took like a week off, I guess you could say. So give me a break here. But anyways, so this hand is kind of awkward. You don't usually get stuck with these Dusk Petal Dusts in hand. I can't really. I don't know. We never really needed to play them with the way that our hand was. So it should show you anyways how easy it is to actually get off the Nightfall effects. So it's not that bad that we have these stuck in our hand. I mean, we're still able to play the Crescent or the Crescent Guardian and the Stalker here, regardless of having those Dusk Petal Dust. Now, this turn in particular, they do come in handy because we do have 3 Nightfall cards, which we are going to need. To get basically all of them, or maybe not need, but we'd like to get. We're greedy, all right. We'd like to get all the Nightfall effects off. It feels bad having to play a Nightfall card just to trigger another Nightfall card's effect, but we don't need to do that here with the Dusk Petal Dust. Still have 2 stuck in our hand, but it is what it is. Stunning Diana sucks really bad here, especially because she's at 7 attack again. Basically, would have been able to just pick off any one of these units, but with the 2 elusives and the overwhelm, this is kind of the position that you want to try to put yourself in late game. You want these overwhelms and elusives to be the last things that are dropping on the field to kind of go for that final push for game. The Pale Cascade seals the deal, puts them so that it's 6 damage, and we go ahead and take the bait. Alright guys, that's it. That is the Nightfall aggro deck, and it's fun, and it's also a good way to ladder. So if you guys are looking for a quick way to ladder, unlike me, because I'm just trying to play every deck under the sun right now, if you just want to focus on grinding and laddering, do Nightfall aggro. It's probably gonna get you most of the way through Diamond. You might even be able to take it up to Masters, but generally speaking, I found that once you hit Diamond, you want to go ahead and switch over to something more control-y, right? So, but anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like it if you liked it, and as always, everybody stay healthy, stay positive. I hope shit just works for you, and peace out.